Okay, you see something that you think is absolutely outrageous happen right in front of your eyes. Maybe you even do something, but either way, you're yelling, you're upset, maybe raising your voice. Maybe it has to do with a certain non-pass interference call in a certain AFC playoff game in a certain, between two teams like maybe the Ravens and the KC. Well, maybe that's a little too personal for me. That just might have occurred. A lot of maybes there. Let's talk reality. How many times do we see something that we get upset about, and then on the replay, from a different perspective, we find that we were wrong, that we got all upset, we got emotional, we got loud for something that didn't even really happen that way. Hey everybody, Dr. Jones, and this week I want to talk to you about the idea of perception, how important it is to know ourselves and to objectively look at our surroundings and interactions before making judgments. You see, oftentimes I talk about responding instead of reacting because it's a thoughtful response. It's not an emotional reaction. But oftentimes, nobody's perfect, I find myself doing that as well. How many times have you thought somebody said something in a certain way, meant something by an email or a text, or did something where the outcome, once you looked at it a little further down the road or got somebody else's input further down the road, was not what you thought it was? It wasn't meant the way you thought it was meant. It didn't do the harm to you or suggest anything about you or anybody else that you thought it did. But the idea of being caught up in the moment, caught up in the emotion, seeing tunnel vision through our own lens, our own perspective, influenced by our biases. You see, we all like to talk about being objective, 100% objective. Well, maybe not all of us like to talk about that, but when we do, nobody can be completely objective. You see, our existence is subjective, based on any type of feelings or attitudes we have that even no matter how much we try to suppress them, they still kind of bleed in. So this is how we do this. This is how we get better at this. The first thing I want you to do is use that instant replay camera that was so helpful to me just a little while ago, and step out of the situation and look at it from another viewpoint. In other words, look at it from the viewpoint of the person that you may be misinterpreting. Look at it from another perspective of someone else outside of the event that occurred. A perfect way to do this is to find somebody that was there and ask them what they honestly thought. Now that has to be a trusted person, but nonetheless, that's very valuable. If it's something written like a text or an email, follow up to get the real picture before responding, or ask somebody to read it that you trust to get their perspective on what's occurring. And once you do that, you get a fuller picture. It lends more objectivity and gives you a more accurate rendition so that you know whether you should get a little emotional or not. Because nobody needs to be getting emotional, causing more drama, or being reactive when truly you could respond and everything would be much better. And always remember, in the end, it's never too late to apologize if you already reacted and then found out you should have responded in a better way. That's it for this week. Take my challenge and step outside and view the replay, if you will, so that you can get a different perspective. You can be more self-aware and understand yourself and the lens you view things through better. And if you are in the wrong, don't forget to apologize and make it right, because we all make mistakes. And remember, as always, be purposeful, act with integrity, and continue to build your character.